So 2012 comes around. It's almost 5 years. And I'm thinking, in 6 more months, these guys cannot get me. Because back on those days, it was 5 years, the statute of limitation.
Yeah.
Now they increased it to 10 years.
Yeah.
And I said, they cannot get me. And sure enough, April 30th, I was dating this girl. We had a fight on April 29th, on Sunday. And I called her on Monday and I said, man, I'm going to take the day off. Why don't you come to my house, babe, and we get some sushi and, we make out, we do our thing. All right. Man, and I'm like planning everything. I have like the tables ready. I make my bed, I wash the sheets. I'm like ready. And she comes in, looks beautiful. She knocks the door. I kiss her. I'm like, listen, I got some sushi coming. So she sits on the couch and door, I hear her knock on the door. I open. There is the delivery guy, gives me the sushi. I pay him. He leaves. And then I hear, and I'm like, man, who's banging the door like that? So I tell my girlfriend, listen, what's wrong with this Chinese guy? I think I gave him a tip. I said, what? Check this out. I open the door. What? Ready to get on this guy. And I get 2 hands, pull me like this and pull me out of the apartment. Woo! And there is like a line of cops up the stair, a line of cops down the stairs, and they're all like pointing guns at me and El Chapo Guzman, Mm-hmm. And there's this guy with a picture of me and he goes, you're Juan Sanchez, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, you're getting extradited to Florida. We have a warrant for your arrest. And then the agent that had interviewed me 4.5 years before comes around and he goes, you thought I wasn't going to get you, right? And I said, nah, I knew you would.
The guy that walked out of the room?
Yeah. And I said, all right. So they sat me in. I told them to let her go. And then the guy said, you have drugs? And I said, no. Do you have guns? And I said, no. He said, all right, let's go. So they took me to Brooklyn Detention Center. And that's how my journey started.
Jesus Christ.
I know, but I don't know if they did this to you, but I had this agent sitting next to me as we're driving, and the guy's telling me, like, we're going to give you 30 years. You're never going to see the light. We're going to fuck you over. Your life is... And I'm sitting there going, really, man? I mean...
How old were you at that point?
I was 38.
38.
I was 38. So, I went... Prison is a different world. And I think everybody goes through the same thing. It's just nobody has the balls to say it. But I always, like when the new people came to prison, I always told them, you just arrived? Yeah. Okay, your first year is your suicidal year. Every day you wake up trying to figure out how you're going to kill yourself. And you like plan it out. And you are like, okay, let me see. I can always take the blades and yeah, but that shit doesn't work because I've seen these guys do it. By the way, if you slit your wrist and you don't die, they take 54 days of good time. So you have to do more time.
Self-mutilation shot.
You have to do more time. It's like you tried to kill yourself, yeah. And you weren't successful? No. All right, now you got to do more time. So I was like, okay, I could hang myself, but that's like a slow death. Then I learned through the inmates that it's not. It's like they got it down packed. And I was like, well, maybe I can take some pills. And that's the 1 year where you still think your girl is going to wait for you. And everybody's going to wait for you. Yeah. And you're calling her and you're like... and it's even, I don't know who you interview here, but the toughest gangsters, killers, hardcore killers, Matt will tell you on the phone, baby, I can do this without you. Then they'll hang up and they say, fucking bitch, man.
Or worse, on Saturday morning, they're calling, why didn't you answer the phone last night? The fuck were you doing? Yeah, that's the way to keep her.
Yeah. By the way, what is the show that they play on Saturday mornings?
Oh, the infomercial?
No, Cheaters.
Oh, Cheaters.
Cheaters. You go to the TV room, everybody's watching Cheaters. Show is over, everybody goes to the phone.
Yeah.
Where were you yesterday?
Oh, my God. That's sad. That's sad.
I know, it's horrendous. So you go through your suicidal year, and then, whoever's going to leave you is going to leave you. Whoever's going to stay is going to stay. Mm-hmm. And that, and that's kind of how I weeded out. Actually, the family that I was protecting, most of them left. I should have told these guys, you know what? Kill them. Fuck them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me get a life insurance policy.
They're not gonna be there for me, so fuck them. I'll give you their address. And but I get to Florida. Mm-hmm. And
how long did it take for you to get to Florida?
It took me about 3 months. They do what's called diesel therapy. So they kind of drive you around the prisons. They took me to Oklahoma, Atlanta, Tallahassee, and I finally made it to Miami. And I get to Miami, and my family's like, hey, we got you an attorney. And I said, all right. So I meet the attorney. And, dude, if you think I have an accent, my attorney was like Ricky Ricardo. He's like, welcome. I'm your attorney, and I'm going to. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I call my family, and I'm like, dude, why did you guys hire this attorney? He goes, well, he speaks Spanish. I said, yeah, but I speak English. Yeah, but some of us don't. So we want to know what the attorney's saying.
So
I
you,
said,
you hired him for you.
I said, dude, I think I want the judge to know what the attorney is saying. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's my attorney, and he will come see me every now and then, and he'll be like, hey, Juan, no te preocupes. No te preocupes. Don't worry. All good. And I will say, like, how much time am I looking at? 5 years. I was like, 5 years? He'd be like, 5 years. I was like, all right, I can do 5. 5 is no problem. Yeah, 5 years, 5 years. He comes to me, he goes, all right, the feds give you this, 18 years. I said, dude, what the fuck? What happened with the 5 years?
Yeah.
He goes, it's not over. It's not over. We need you to sign this as a sign of good faith. And I said,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
what a
bro.
Fucking cocksucker.
And I said, why would I sign this as a sign of good faith? Because it shows that you are, that you're willing to work with them. I said, I took the pen, man, and I remember I was crying, and I said, listen, man, I'm signing my life. I have 2 kids, probably older than you two.
that attorney doesn't care.
And I said, I'm signing my life away. So I signed my 18 years. Sure enough, I go to my 18 years, bro. 18 years, like that song. And I get sentenced 15 years.
Oh, it's a bargain.
Yeah.
You did good.
So he's like, don't worry, I have a defense for you. I have a good argument for you. I said, all right. So we go in front of the judge, and the prosecutor gets up, and he's like, listen, this guy's a piece of shit. He ran away to New York, and whoa. And listen, we have to lock him up. I said, well, my attorney's going to get up, and he's going to pull some kind of, the Chewbacca defense, like South Park.
Yeah.
And he gets up, and he goes, my client is a good person. He's a good father. He's a good citizen. We think 18 years is too much. I said, dude, that's it? He goes, yeah. I said, the judge goes, do you want to say something? I'm like, shit, yeah. So I got up, and I start talking to him, and the judge said, man, listen, I'm not going to give you 18 years, but I'm not going to give you 5 years. He said, I'm going to give you 15 years, 180 months. And my attorney goes, we didn't do that bad. I said, we didn't do that bad?
We?
Yeah.
I said, dude, I'm going to do 15 fucking years. He goes, I'll come see you tomorrow. Well, he never came to see me again. So I go to my prison, I go.
How much did you pay this guy?
Yeah.
My family paid him like $50,000, and it was the money that I had left, like in case of emergency, break the glass kind of thing, because the feds had taken everything,
Oh, listen,
Who's scamming
it's
who
a
here?
license to steal.
It's horrendous.
It is a license, like being an attorney, license to steal. Mm-hmm. You get people, they're most vulnerable. They believe everything you say, and they can blatantly just lie to you. And they know once you sign that document, you're done. They're going to take you away, and you'll be filing paperwork. But in the end, there's nothing you can do. And I have your money, and I don't even have to answer your calls anymore.
It's horrible.
Do you ever think about what would have happened if you wouldn't have signed that document?
Oh my God, I know what would have happened if I wouldn't have signed that document. I would have gone like 7 years. I wouldn't have gone 5.